Hi, everyone. I am Stephanie Dreyer, a plant-based meal planning expert and the founder of stephaniedreyer.com, where I help busy parents bring more joy and ease to their meal prep and their meal times. Happy welcome to Meal Plan Monday. It's Meal Plan Monday every Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time here with me live, where I am sharing my latest tips and tricks and advice and meal ideas for helping you bring more joy and ease to your kitchen and your dining table. So today I am talking about how to meal plan breakfast. And I welcome you to join in with any of your questions. As I go through, I'm going to take you through some of my tips and advice that have worked for me. I have a family of 5. I've got 3 kids. They range in age from 16, almost 16, she's going to be 16 in a couple of weeks, down to 10. And we have a mixed bunch of eaters. I'm vegan. My oldest is a vegetarian. And then my husband and my other 2 are omnivores. And so I have been on a journey for the past almost, I would say, since Gabby's been eating solid. So what is that, almost 15 years? Trying to simplify mealtime. And breakfast is a really, really hard one because I remember the days, and which really started me on my journey actually was because here I was juggling 3 kids, a job, nursing at the same time. So I can remember days of me pumping with my mobile pump, portable pump, walking around, making breakfast and lunches at the same time to get everyone out of the door on schedule and on time. And I was noticing that I was really like a short order cook. There was no planning involved. It was basically, what does everyone want for breakfast? And I was just trying to please everyone, like us parents try to do. We're always trying to please our kids and our family. And so what I realized as I was packing lunches in the morning, I was also becoming the short order cook, making a bunch of different meals, like different sets of meals for everyone. Instead of having a couple of options that I could go to and work for me, I was working for my kids, but not necessarily putting something in place that worked for me. So that was a huge lesson, and it really kind of laid the foundation for how I go about scheduling and planning my week, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Last week we tackled lunches, and the week before that we were tackling dinner. Actually, I feel like I'm always talking about how to bring more ease to dinner time. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check out those videos. But I wanted to focus on breakfast because for me, it was the start of my journey, and it's the most important meal of the day, or that's what they tell us, because that's, kind of setting the foundation to get you off on the right foot on getting something in the boilerplate. If you're full and satiated in the morning, that's going to lay the groundwork for eating healthier and making healthy choices throughout the day. So I want to take you through a couple quick tips for how to do that so you're not a short order cook, so it's not stressful, so you're not running around. I mean, I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but I remember where it was literally just stress, and I was starting my day just stressed out and almost in tears, trying to please everyone and make all these different meals, and no one even seemed to really appreciate it, and that doesn't serve anybody. So I want to share a couple of tips, and then I have some great ideas for if you're just, what do I cook for breakfast? If you're stuck in a rut and making the same thing over and over again, I have some great plant-based meal ideas that I think you're going to love. And what I'm going to do is over on my website at stephaniedreyer.com, I'm going to include a blog post with this video that links to some of these recipes and also some Pinterest boards that I have organized around these specific meal ideas and categories. So I hope that'll help you and bring some new inspiration and flavor to your breakfast for you and your family. So first things first is I mentioned I was making a myriad of different things. Like, this one wanted a breakfast burrito. This one wanted fruit and toast. This one wanted something else, and it was mayhem. And then I still had to make my breakfast. So what I suggest is when you're planning your menu for the week, And I will also share, I have some free resources on my website, including a blank meal planner, where if you're interested in learning more about how to create a meal plan, I've got lots of great resources at stephaniedryer.com, and I'll link to that as well in the comments in this post, so that you can get those resources as well. But first and foremost, I suggest making a meal plan. Don't just wing breakfast. Don't just assume that it's going to happen. Because if I've learned anything, is nothing happens without a plan, and life is so much better with a meal plan. So the first thing I would do is pick 2 to 3 options that you're going to rotate through the week. So that could be something simple like bagels and cream cheese. It could be a tofu scramble. It could be smoothies. Whatever it is, pick 1 or 2 things and literally just rotate them. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's going to be smoothie bowls, and Tuesday and Thursday, it's going to be tofu scramble and avocado toast. That's it. There's 2 things you have to make, and you either can prepare, and that goes to my next tip, is to prepare what you can in advance. So that could mean tofu scramble. You could prep a big batch of that on the weekend or Sunday night while you're cleaning up dinner or prepping dinner the night before. Whatever it is, you can prep the next morning's breakfast ahead of time. That buys you a little bit more time. And when you're already in the kitchen, that just multitasks for you, right? You're already in there either prepping dinner, making school lunches, or cleaning up after dinner. Those are 3 times you're in the kitchen the night before breakfast that you could prep for the following day. And then another option is my favorite is batch cook Sundays, and you can prep on Sundays or the weekend, anytime on the weekend where you have a little more time, and you include something like a batch cook a tofu scramble, and make a big batch of that you can eat on Tuesdays and Thursdays later in the week. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 is to sync your schedule with sync your breakfast plan with your schedule. So don't, this was me. I tried to over please and just, take on all this work and put together this great breakfast plan for everybody. And it was like stressing me out, because I'm like, oh my God, I got to make this huge recipe, these gourmet pancakes or whatever it was. So for me, this is what this looks like for me. I'm very busy in the morning, as most of us are. So for me, my 2 options that I rotate during the week are either a smoothie or a green juice with some kind of toast, an avocado toast of some kind. And those are the breakfasts that I rotate for me. And I keep it simple. I look at my schedule for the week. If I have something, if I have more time, like on the weekend, for example, that might be where I say, okay, I'm going to make tofu scramble this on Saturday, or on Sunday, I'm going to make a nice waffle buffet for the family. So look at your schedule and let that dictate what you're going to make. Don't schedule yourself with like a huge, beautiful gourmet breakfast bar, pancake bar on Monday. If you know that you have to get the kids out, you're doing drop off all on your own that day, and you have a meeting at 8 a.m. for work. So I know it sounds intuitive and like it might just be common sense. For me, it wasn't. It was just kind of like a lot of us, we come into the kitchen and just go that morning on the spot and are like, what do I cook? And so this is a step to take beforehand, where it lets you plan ahead. You've got your plan ahead of time. You can go to the store ahead of time. You can even do a little prep ahead of time, knowing what your schedule is going to entail. So that's tip number 3. And then we mentioned the prepping ahead. So the 4th tip was get your kids involved. If you've got older, so depending on what the age, obviously, if you've got toddlers, this is going to range if you've got teens or middle schoolers or elementary school aged kids. If you've got older kids, enlist them to help. You can have, if you have a breakfast, one of them could be cutting up fruit, the other one could be setting the table, whatever it is, give everybody jobs ahead of time so everybody knows what their breakfast job is. Even small kids can have jobs like this. Maybe it's their job to put out the vitamins for everybody. Maybe another kid is just to set the table. Even little ones can help set the table, put napkins on the table. All of those tasks help give you more time to do all the zillions of other things you need to do. For kids that not toddlers, but kids that are a little bit like I've got a 5th grader, so I'd say maybe 3rd grade and above. If you have kids that age, put foods and meal solutions, whether it's in the fridge or in your pantry, at easy eye level and reach so that they can help themselves. And you could tell them, okay, today it's yogurt and granola sundaes. It's Sundays, yogurt sundaes for breakfast today. Go ahead and get out the sundaes and the granolas over here. And they know where that stuff is. They can pull it out for themselves. They can reach the fruit themselves. So try to set up your fridge and your pantry in a way that makes it easy for the kids to be able to help themselves and serve themselves breakfast, because that's also great independent life skills that you're teaching your kids as well. You're teaching them how to learn how to provide for themselves and to make healthy and delicious meals. So that is a win-win for everybody. So that is 5 tips that I hopefully will help you. They have made a huge difference in my household and in my mornings, freeing up more time. And I'm not stressed in my mornings anymore. It's a pleasurable experience. And my kids all leave at different times for school. So these tips work even if you've got kids coming in and out in the morning, you're shuffling in and out. So let me just recap again. 1 is to pick a couple of options to rotate. 2 is to prep what you can ahead of time. 3 is to sync your schedule to your what you choose for breakfast. 4 is to put things at easy, to set up your fridge and your pantry so that it's easy for your kids to be able to help themselves to breakfast options and solutions. And I think, did I miss one? I think that was 4 or 5. In any case, there you go. Those are the tips. And I want to kind of now move into inspiration, because we all get stuck in a rut. And the way to keep mealtime fun and exciting, I think it's all about the food, right? It doesn't mean you have to be making everything homemade every day. I love the term homemade-ish because it means you can take a little help from the store, but still prepare something from home without, buying prepackaged foods or running through the McDonald's drive-through in the morning. And I think that if you have a few ideas that you can rotate in and out, it helps to keep things fresh. So I'm going to go through a few ideas to help you. And then, like I said, over on my blog at stephaniedryer.com, I'm going to list some links to some ideas, some specific recipes for these meal ideas and categories. And I'm also going to link to some recipe boards that I have on Pinterest with some more plant-based, yummy recipes that you can try out and rotate into your breakfast plans. So first, and I've got overnight oats. That is, so if you like oatmeal, if your kids like oatmeal, this is a great one because it's, and if you don't like oatmeal, you might want to try this because it's an alternative to oatmeal that still has all the benefits of fiber-rich oatmeal or oats. So these can be prepared the night before. What I love about them is it gets the kids involved because everyone can customize them the way they want. All you need are some mason jars, oats, some plant-based milk, fruit, granola, dried fruit, fresh fruit, whatever you want. And you just pour the oats in, your add-ins that I just mentioned, and some plant-based milk you pour in. You store it in the fridge, and in the morning you wake up, you stir it, and it's ready to go. This is a great portable solution too. If you have your kids have a long commute to school, they can be eating that. Unfortunately, we always want to try to sit at the table when we're eating, but maybe that's not a possibility for breakfast. So if they can take their jar with them in the car while you're driving them somewhere, that's an added benefit. Number 2 are breakfast bowls. So I love, and I talked about this for lunch and dinner, I love making plant-based bowls for meals. They're just a yummy, easy because you just need some kind of grain, a green, a protein, some veggies, and some yummy sauce. Well, this isn't just for lunch and dinner. We've also got this option for breakfast, and you can use polenta, which can kind of be like a cream of meal kind of, I remember, what did they call that when I was a kid? I can't remember. I can see my grandmother stirring it on the stove, and I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, so breakfast polenta is what I'm thinking of, and you can also do it with any kind of grain. You can make it savory or sweet by doing like traditional breakfast foods. So I'm going to share a link. I have a great board on breakfast bowls, so you can check that out. And then my third idea is smoothies and smoothie bowls. I don't know why we don't do these more often. I do them for me all the time, but my kids don't do them more often. And I recently introduced them to smoothie bowls, and that was a lot of fun. And you can, on the weekend, if you have more time, doing like a smoothie bar. This is another great one where the kids can make their own meal, because you can just set out all the add-ins. Everyone puts what they want in the blender, blends it up, pours it in their drink, rinse it out, the next one goes. So it's really quick, it's really easy. This is another great portable meal if you're doing carpool and you're driving kids long distances and you need something for you or the kids that you can eat on the run. That's a great one. Smoothie bowls, obviously you can't really do on the go, but it's a fun one for having kind of an interactive breakfast that you could prep ahead of time. Again, prep it ahead of time and just set it out in the morning. You could have the platter all ready to go in the fridge, pull out all the add-ins for the bowls, all the toppings, and it's ready to go. And actually with a smoothie bowl, you could prep the smoothie the night before, like while you're cleaning up dinner, and then blend it all up and then just pull it out the next morning, because it would stay fresh if you're going to use it that quickly. So that's an idea as well. A new thing that I've been making that my kids have liked are breakfast cookies, and they're kind of glorified oatmeal cookies with lots of yummy stuff in them that you would find in breakfast foods. And I made sweet ones, but you could also make savory ones with like some plant-based bacon or breakfast sausage and things like that could make them really yummy as well. So breakfast cookies are fun and great. Another portable meal, serve those with fruit or juice, really easy. And you can batch those on the weekend, so you don't even have to do any prep or cleanup. It's just all ready for you. And it's another easy one. We talked about having foods that were easy for the kids to help serve themselves. That's a great one. Next one on my list is waffle and pancake sandwiches. Okay, so this is a really, really fun one. So I'm sure all of you have heard of Egg McMuffins from McDonald's. Yay, McDonald's, but not so healthy. So you can make your own breakfast sandwiches. And I used to make these more often, were waffle and pancake sandwiches. So you use a waffle or pancake. Again, you can make these ahead of time on the weekend, or you can even use store-bought. There's some great healthy brands that have dairy-free and egg-free pancakes and waffles in the frozen section that you can use. But they're really simple to make a big batch on the weekend. And then you can layer them with plant-based sausage. You could do a slice of tofu. There's lots of different options for that. So pancake and waffle sandwiches are fun. Like, my kids love to make those, and that's actually a fun weekend thing to do, because you could serve that as a buffet as well. So you can tell I love these DIY meals where you can set out like a food bar, and then everyone can make their own, and it just gets everybody really interacting, and it just seems more fun when you get to play with your food, right, and make it. So that's my next idea. Then the next idea is breakfast pizza. My kids, and this makes me think I need to make this weekend, because my kids love it when we do this. And again, you could make little mini pizzas. I'm thinking with actual pizza dough. You could also use a frozen waffle or a pancake to make your pizza. I've made them where I use breakfast potatoes. I've done it where, and there goes my dog, or I should say my daughter's dog. I've done them where breakfast potatoes, I've done them with soy riso, which is a plant-based chorizo. I've done it with breakfast sausage. I've done it with breakfast bacon. I've done it with tofu scramble. There's so many ways. Basically, think of your favorite breakfast foods and you put it on a pizza. Super easy. It's fun. That's another great one you can make in advance, reheat in the morning, and then you can also slice that to go for another portable. If you're looking for portable meals, that's a really great one. I might coming up with a lot of portable ones, actually. I guess all these are kind of good to go on the run. Okay, the next one, I have a great recipe. I'll link to this on my blog, energy balls and bars. So you can do, make your own like Luna bars or your own Lara bars. And those are like granola bars basically, right? So you can make it. And again, this is a great way to get oats into your kids. If they don't like oatmeal, this is because it's such a great fiber rich food. It's a great way to get that into them. So that's another idea. Elfie. She is so loud today. Sorry, guys. Toast is another one. Okay, so avocado toast. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Veegmama, Veegmama, you can see I talk about avocados. I feel like I talk about avocados a lot. My love for avocados is strong. So avocado toast is something that I have a lot during the week. So I said I alternate my breakfast with smoothies and juices. So when I do a juice, I always do a toast, and it's almost always avocado toast that I serve with it. But there's not just avocado toast. You can do tahini toast. You can do almond butter with bananas. You can do sweet potato as the base instead of a piece of bread. You could do cucumber and hummus toast. There's so many different toasts you could do. This is another fun idea, is to do a DIY food bar, set out the toppings. Your kids can help themselves, make their own toast bar. It really makes for themselves. You just set everything out. They would be the ones toasting the bread and spreading it and doing all that, and you're really done. So that's a really easy one. Okay, we're back to oatmeal. I guess I just love I'm actually not that big of an oatmeal fan, you guys, and maybe that's why I keep coming up with these alternatives to oatmeal, because I'm not one to sit down with a bowl of oatmeal, but I love overnight oats. I love baked oatmeal, which is my next idea. I love energy bars that have oats in them, and I love what was the other one that I said? Oh, breakfast cookies. I love the breakfast cookies with the oatmeal. So I guess that must be why I keep coming up with all these oat things. So baked oatmeal. So this is kind of like a crumble, I guess I would equate it to, but maybe a little bit more, it congeals a little bit better like a bar, and then you serve it warm. This is something you could prep or bake the weekend ahead or the night before, then reheat, and you could either eat it like that, or you could serve it over some dairy-free yogurt. That would be amazing. Like, I kind of think of it like a cobbler with ice cream, but instead it's with yogurt. And that's another one that I wanted to share too, was ice cream sundaes. Yogurt sundaes. Those are a great breakfast idea, because those are another DIY idea, and it's fun and interactive, and it's like you're eating an ice cream sundae for breakfast. Like when I was talking about smoothie bowls, I kind of feel like you're eating a bowl of froyo when you're serving. So again, those are just easy, fun ways to rebrand breakfast so that the kids get excited about eating an ice cream sundae, and it's actually really healthy for them. All right, last idea, and then we're gonna wrap it up, is tacos and burritos, breakfast tacos and burritos. I almost always serve my son breakfast tacos on Wednesday morning, because we have tacos on Tuesday, and I have lots of leftover filling. Or not lots, but it depends on the week. But usually there's some leftover filling, and so it's an easy way to use up leftovers. But breakfast burritos and tacos are so, so, so good. You can make them a bunch of different ways. And you can make a filling like a breakfast potato with tofu scramble, or the soy riso that I mentioned earlier with vegetables. You could make something like that on the weekend, and then just serve it in tacos and burritos throughout the week. Super, super simple, super easy, and so delicious if you love tacos and burritos as much as me. All right, so let me see if I have any questions. Hi, Lori. Hi, Gail. Thanks for joining. I hope these tips and ideas have been helpful. Like I said, on the blog, I'm gonna link to some more recipes and to some Pinterest boards with recipes for these ideas, for these meal ideas. And if you want some help with plotting out your breakfast and to have kind of a framework to help you do that, and not just breakfast, but all of your meals, I have got a free 7-day meal planner that I shared last week when I was planning lunch. And just email me at hello@stephaniedreyer.com. That's Stephanie with a PH and an IE, and Dreyer is DREYER.com. So hello@stephaniedreyer.com, and just put the subject 7-day meal planner, and I will send you for free my meal planner. And it really helps me. I know it's changed my life in being able to block out what I'm gonna eat for the mornings, and then shop for it ahead of time and prepare and batch some of it ahead of time to make my mornings so much easier. So I hope it will do the same for you. We're going to be talking next Monday about, what are we talking about? Oh, fall. It's happy fall today, everyone. It's the first day of fall. So next Monday, like I mentioned, I'm here every Monday at noon Pacific Standard Time with different ideas and tips to help bring more joy and ease to your meal prep and your meal planning. And so I thought we'd talk about some fall meal ideas. So again, just kind of keeping it fresh and fun since we're moving into, well, actually, it doesn't feel cooler here. It still feels hot, but we're going to be moving into the cooler season with maybe some root vegetables and different seasonal produce that we want to make the most of. So I thought we could talk and have some fun about those ideas. So bring your questions for that next week, and I hope to see you. Again, follow me at Veegmama, Veegmama, on Facebook and Instagram if you're not already. I'd love to connect with you there, and I really appreciate you watching, and please feel free to share this video with anyone you think it would help serve. Have a great, great day, everyone. Happy Meal Plan Monday. Bye.